Yo, what's good, everybody? I'm rhicky28. Welcome to the YouTube channel. It's Sunday, so you know we're talking about roster updates. Last Friday, they finally updated hitting and pitching for the first time in about 5 weeks. The next update should be 2 weeks from last Friday. Of course, SDS has been changing up the dates of the roster updates. I guess we can't know for sure until they officially announce it. Today, we're talking about our early favorites for the next update. Keep in mind that we only have a couple days of stats since the last update, so we're just trying to figure out who's been hottest recently, because we all know the best time to invest in the roster update is right after the last one dropped. All the prices usually come back down to around quick sell. If you like this sort of content, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. The first potential diamond candidate that we're talking about is Luis Castillo. Where he needs to grow is in that Ks per 9 department and the walks per 9. He's at 64 in both stats throughout all of August, 10.45 Ks per 9. 2.61 walks per 9. Luis Castillo, if he can continue that pace, he's got a chance to grow in both Ks per 9 and walks per 9. The next guy is Spencer Strider. Spencer Strider has been a favorite of ours for several weeks. We said we weren't 100% sure that he was going to make it to diamond. I thought he had a really good shot, but we knew he'd at least get the +1 to 84. The big key for Spencer Strider is to keep those walks down. Throughout August, he's got 2.51 walks per 9, but he also has 13.81 Ks per 9 throughout August. So we're really banking on the walks per 9 staying down and maybe getting a little lower, but even if that doesn't work out, his Ks per 9 number is so high that attribute should get a boost as well. Francisco Lindor is a guy that we're surprised didn't go diamond on the last update. He's been batting .385 with 3 home runs versus righties in August. So if he continues that pace, he's definitely going to get a bump to his numbers versus righties. The only issue with Lindor is that he is batting .222 versus lefties. We really need to see an increase in that average versus lefties. But even if he stays around the same number, his numbers versus righties should get the increase as long as he keeps hitting right-handed pitching. Julio Urias just got a +2 bump on Friday. As you can see, his strikeouts per 9 are only at a 58. If he can continue the pace that he's had in August, which has been 10 Ks per 9, then we should see some sort of boost to his Ks per 9. He's also only at 1 walk per 9 throughout all of August, so we could see an increase to his walks per 9 number. Julio only needs a +2 to get to diamond, and if he continues to pitch the way he's been pitching, I see him getting there. Christian Walker's worst attribute on his card is that contact versus righties, only at a 35. Well, throughout August, Christian Walker has a .350 average versus righties. He also has 6 home runs, but you can see that power versus righties number, 92, probably won't get too much of an increase. Realistically, I could see Christian Walker continuing that .350 average, and if he does, then they're going to have no choice but to bump up his contact versus right, and only a +1 gets him to diamond. Michael Harris made one of the biggest leaps on this roster update. He went from an 80 to an 84. We only need him to get a +1 to get to that diamond level. Well, he's been batting .348 versus righties with 2 home runs. If he continues that pace, he's certainly going to be in line for a little boost to his stats versus righties. But what we really need to see out of Michael Harris is a big increase to those lefty numbers. He's only batting .214 with 1 home run versus lefties. If he can increase his power versus lefties and get a few more hits, then we could very easily see Michael Harris make it to diamond on the next update. Paul Sewald, I think that's how you pronounce it, is our next candidate. The last time he gave up a hit or walk was July 26th. Obviously, his hits per nine are not going to increase, but if he continues to not walk batters, his walks per nine has to get a bump up. He also has 10.29 Ks per nine in August. 74 is not representative of that number. He only needs a +1 to his overall to get the diamond. He's one of my favorite candidates. And JT Realmuto is our last potential diamond candidate. As you can see, his hitting stats are kind of all in line with each other: 63, 61, 57, 59. None too great, nothing in particular amazing. Well, he's been one of the hottest hitters in July and early August. He has cooled off slightly over the past week. If he could get back to hitting at the pace that he was hitting at the end of July, early August, well, JT Realmuto can grow in all 4 categories of hitting. And if he does that, a +2 bump is not out of the realm of possibilities. Next, we're going to be talking about guys that probably won't get the bump all the way to diamond, but they could end up as mid to high golds. SDS did our boy Devin Williams kind of dirty on the last roster update. They only gave him a slight boost to his walks per nine. Well, he has not walked anybody since July 8th. That's almost 2 months that Devin Williams hasn't given up a walk. 37 walks per nine is horrendous in terms of what Devin Williams has been doing. If they give him a fair increase and if he continues to not walk batters, Devin Williams is a prime candidate to get up to an 83, 84. Corey Seager's biggest problem is that contact number. And well, his numbers versus righties in August have been 288 with 2 home runs, 64 contact versus right, and 77 power versus right. If he continues to hit at a 300 or close to 300 batting average versus righties, he's gonna have a very solid chance to get that 64 increased, and a couple more home runs here or there. That power number is gonna go up too. Yu Darvish should have gotten some sort of increase last week. That Ks per nine attribute is only at 58. He's got 9.23 Ks per nine throughout August, and he's got 1.03 walks per nine throughout August. So if he keeps this pace up, he deserves a bump in both Ks per nine and walks per nine. Tristan McKenzie got a +1 boost on Friday. As you can see, his Ks per nine and his walks per nine are a little bit low. Since August started, 10.41 Ks per nine, 1.63 walks per nine. Yesterday, Tristan McKenzie pitched 7 innings, only gave up 6 hits, 0 walks, and struck out 14. So those Ks per nine and those walks per nine should both get an increase if he continues to pitch the way he's been pitching over the past month and a half. Kevin Gausman is a little different than most of the pitchers that we're talking about. He's actually lacking in hits per nine and Ks per nine. Well, Kevin Gausman, as you guys know, is an amazing pitcher, and at any time he could turn it around. He's a former diamond. In August, he's got 7.01 hits per nine and 9.47 Ks per nine. If he just strikes out a couple extra batters, I could see a nice little increase to that Ks per nine. And if he continues to only give up 7 hits per nine, well, 57 is not representative of that. He should get a nice boost to the 60s, and we could see Kevin Gausman become a mid to high gold. And the last mid gold candidate that we're talking about is Brooks Raley. 5.14 hits per nine throughout all of August. He does have his hits per nine at 100, but you're talking about only 5 hits per nine. I can see that getting a slight boost, and he's walked absolutely nobody since July 17th. His walks per nine stat is at 72, so it's already at a pretty decent point. But realistically, if you haven't walked anybody in over a month, and if you continue to not walk anybody, SDS is going to have no choice but to increase his walks per nine. And the first potential gold that we're going to talk about is a guy that shocked everybody by not going gold on the last update. He got a +1 up to 79, but everybody thought he was going to be at least an 80 overall. Adley Rutschman has been batting .372 10.2 versus righties with 3 home runs throughout all of August. If Adley continues to demolish right-handed pitching, then SDS is going to have no choice but to bring him up to gold finally. Brendan Rodgers is a guy that got a +1 in the last update. Well, we can see that he needs to increase his numbers versus righties, both contact and power. 333 average versus righties in August, but he's only hit 1 home run. So Brendan Rodgers is a guy that I'm really keeping an eye on. If he continues his pace of a 333 average, then that 62 contact versus right should get an increase. If Brendan Rodgers over the next couple weeks hits another like 2-3 home runs versus righties, then he is definitely in line for a gold card. Joe Mantiply, the Diamondbacks' only all-star this year, he's had 2.79 hits per 9 and 10.24 Ks per 9 throughout August. As you can see, 75 hits per 9 is not representative of under 3 hits per 9 in the entire month. We can easily see that 75 getting a big boost, and then his 10.24 Ks per 9 is obviously a lot better than 59 in the game. Joe Mantiply does need a +3 boost to get to that gold level, but he's been so damn good this year that I can very easily see him getting there. And our final silver to gold candidate is Andrew Vaughn. He only needs a +1 to get to that gold level. Well, throughout all of August, he's batted .327 versus righties with 3 home runs. An increase to contact will be on the way if he continues to hit over 300 versus righties, and his power numbers deserve an increase too if he keeps hitting bombs against righties. Those are our early roster update predictions. Remember, we don't have a whole lot of stats to go on because the roster update was only on Friday, so that's only 2 extra days, but these are our early predictions of what we believe are the guys that have the best possible chance to get to that next level in the game. Let me know in the comment section below if I've forgotten anybody, or you can hit me up on Twitch. I'm on at 11 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday every single week. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video, and I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend.